Everybody, and welcome back to another great edition of my Grue Rume Show. And for the Grue Rume Show today, we got a very great guest, and his name is Tyler Lofton. And he's one of the actors that's in the final season of one of my favorite shows of all time called Victor. Love Victor is on Hulu and Disney Plus, I think it is. And really sad to see the show end, but all good things must come to an end, right? Just wish they could have made it a little more than 4 seasons, but I'm not the powers to be. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Rume. And my interview with Tyler will be coming up very soon. This is my Grue Rume, and welcome to my nightmare. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time out of your night and coming on the show, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm excited.
Me too. I was looking forward to this talking to you.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, bud. Awesome. And you got a really nice house. Is that a house or an apartment?
Thanks. Yeah, no, it's a townhouse. Me and my buddies, for the first time ever, we kind of went in on a mortgage, and
wow,
we're kind of doing it. It's pretty nice.
Okay, sweet, man. It's nice. It looks good.
Thanks.
And look, the first thing I wanted to start out is, what drew you to want to act?
Oh my God, what a beautiful question to start. Okay, so honestly, I really can't give you like a true answer. Well, I can give you a true answer, but I can't give you like a really specific answer. My dad actually came to visit me for the first time. I've lived out in LA for like 7 years now. And my dad came to visit me for the first time a few months ago. And when he came out, he brought this camcorder from back in the day with like a bunch of these, like, I think they're like 55 millimeter, whatever the little cassette things are.
Yeah.
And I'm this like anywhere from like 3 to 5 year old little kid with the camcorder set up, the house decked out in like little sets, and I'm forcing my dad to act with me. So it was never something like, oh, you know what? I think acting might be cool. I was just born with it. Like, I had this love for it ever before I even knew what like acting was. And it just stuck with me forever until about like junior year, when I realized, you know what? Maybe I can make this a profession. I was doing a lot of theater and stuff like through school, and here we are now. So
sweet, man. Nice. And how's everything been so far for you? How's the road been for acting?
I think the road for everybody is really different. For me, when I came out here with $80 a dream and all by myself. And all my family stayed back home. And you had a lot of really, really high moments, and as many really, really high moments as you almost had just as much, if not more, low moments. In my lowest struggles, I had to make shit work. And I tell people all the time, I say, if there's something that you really, really want in life, no matter how low the lows are, you're going to find a way to make it work. And that's acting for me. Like, I can't see myself doing anything else in life. So I've made it work. Yeah, lots of struggles, but it's a fun road. Nobody likes a roller coaster that only goes up.
Yeah, that's true.
People like the loops and the turns and twists. So that's where we are.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be in that world, that game, like you're definitely gonna have the times where you're on top of the world, and then the rug will sweep out and you'll be on the bottom again, and then you'll have to work your way back up to the top. So
yep.
it definitely is like a big roller coaster ride.
Almost definitely. It gives you something to look forward to.
Oh, definitely.
Like, when you're at your lowest low, like, that there's a high that's coming up too. So
that's true. I mean, not unless you're like a Brad Pitt or a Tom Cruise, then you always have a high.
We don't know. We see as an audience, we see their high.
True.
It's just true. Like for me, people see me I'm always in a high. Nobody ever talks about their lowest lows. Nobody ever posts about their lowest lows. We never see that. I think social media, for one, is something that's kind of like tricked everybody into thinking that everybody else's life is always perfect, fun, and exciting all of the time. Because that's the only thing you want to share.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to share their drama or their bad stuff. I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise, Leonardo DiCaprio, and all those people, they have pretty low lows too. But we never see.
definitely. You're so right about that. Like social media is a blessing, but it's also a curse too,
Oh, most
because
definitely.
like I mean it's always fun to post stuff that you're doing, projects you're working on, but then like for other people sometimes that don't have a lot going on, and they see that, and it gets to them, like it gets them down and sad. So that's like the downside of it, and the plus side is like showing what what you're doing, projects you're working on.
Yeah,
So it's like a half and half.
it truly is. Truly, truly.
Definitely. And what was like your very first role?
My very first role, um, professionally, well, okay, there I could give like a couple different answers for this.
Okay.
When I was in Ohio, about a year before I moved out to LA, is when I kind of started like my professional career. And the first thing that I ever did, I was an extra in this like, it was a Cleveland Cavaliers commercial.
Oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't really consider that like a role just because it was like a feature thing. But to me at that moment, it was dope. I was still in high school at the time doing it, and I left high school for 3 days, and I got in trouble by my teachers and some of the administration, but I was a cool kid for once in my life, just for like a little bit. But professionally wise, like when I moved out to LA, I booked the very, very first thing that I booked was not a commercial. It was a music video for a Five Finger Death Punch
Oh my God, I love that
music
band.
video. I can't remember what the name of the thing was called, but I got a little bit of good screen time in there, and it was really cool for being my first thing. And my first speaking role that I ever had was on a Disney Channel show called Bizarre Bark. And
Okay.
man, when I booked that, I thought I was this shit. It was a 1 episode co-star role where I said like 2 lines in the whole entire episode. I was in the show for maybe like 20 seconds. And I walked around thinking I was at the top of the world. Before I left, like when I was telling all my friends that like I wanted to act and like I was gonna move out to LA one day, they gave me the nickname Disney because they were like, "Oh, dude, like we could see you on Disney Channel." So like people would call me Disney or Diz for short. So it meant a lot to me just because I was like, "Oh, guys, I'm actually on Disney Channel now."
Right,
Like,
exactly.
manifested this.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool. And
And
ever since I've worked a lot with Disney on just like
wow.
the brand Disney or the company.
Wow. Okay. See that, you hyped yourself up from working on there, and your friends were even calling you that, and now you got to be in a bunch of stuff now for them.
Yeah, man. It's
That's
crazy.
awesome. Nice. And I also saw like you did a ad for Nike for the hit show that's out that everyone's been binge
Stranger
watching now.
Things.
Exactly.
That was so much fun. And it's still to this day, like I've done a lot of cool stuff, but still to this day, that one ad, it was a commercial. I didn't say anything, but like I just like lived that experience for a second. And the way that they put that thing together was absolutely incredible. They did that all within 24 hours. It was so last minute. So I'd gotten a phone call because I did this PSA for, I don't even remember what it was because this was years ago. And I did the PSA, and I get a call from and this PSA was for free. I just did it because like I wanted some exposure and just get it out there. A lot of people won't do that. They're like, "Oh, if I'm not getting paid for it, yeah, whatever." I'm a man who I love it for the craft. Like if it's free, fuck it. At least I'm doing something, right?
Exactly.
So I do this PSA, and then a couple weeks later, I get a call from the producers of the PSA, and they go, "Hey, dude, like we loved your energy. We loved having you work with us, and even though it was like for free, like as we told everybody, like we wish we could have done something, but we just didn't have the funds for it. But we're shooting this commercial for a Nike Stranger Things collab, super
Nice.
last minute. Are you available today at like 8 p.m.? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, great, this is what we're gonna pay you. And I was like, sick. So not only do I get to do like Nike and Stranger Things, two things that everybody across the world knows, I'm also getting paid for something too. And just the way that it came together and how quickly that it came together was absolutely insane. It was so much fun.
Oh wow. You know,
Yeah.
I have to ask, are you a fan of the show? Did you watch the current season?
Am I a fan? My guy, who isn't? If you're not a fan, like there's just something wrong. I don't know. It's a good show. It's a great show.
I mean, it broke all records. Like this season broke so many records. Like I think it was like 1 billion fans watching part 2 of season 4.
I watched like right before this season came out, I rewatched it all. And this season, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with me, but like this season was by far the sickest season
It was.
that they
I
had
agree.
yet. They just went above and beyond. Because I was actually worried. Like I was like another season, like, okay, like what else can you do? Like, you know, it's once you gotten to get a couple seasons down, it's like, okay, same shit, different, you know, whatever, different day, different season.
Yeah.
And my God, they outdid themselves.
They
I'm
really
ready for
did.
season 5, and I want to be in season 5.
You know, you never know. You should say, hey, I did an ad for you and Nike. Like, even if you put me in to get killed by one, like just do it. And look, for this season, though, I have to say, like, I felt so bad for Will. Like I was actually crying when Will turned his head and was crying out the window because he basically confessed his love for Mike, and
I know.
and then he turns so his head and he's crying out the window. I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. I was like, who did you like for this season? Like, was there someone you liked most for this season?
Man, I don't know. What's his name? Eddie?
Eddie, yeah.
I really liked him.
Yeah,
I really liked that kid. I feel like just like as a person, like outside of acting, like me and Eddie could get along great. Like I don't know, like if he's I don't know. I just he's a cool kid. I like that they had him.
Nice. Yeah, like him and Dustin were funny.
Dustin really did himself really great this season.
I know he did.
They all did, but you know there were a few that stood out, and Dustin and Eddie being new, he really did. And I mean, I feel like it's very generic to say like, well, it's almost generic to say anybody, but Will too, for sure.
Oh, definitely Will. Like, yeah.
What a sweet soul, man.
he's so nice. Like Will's such a nice kid.
I feel like if I had to relate myself to anybody in Stranger Things, it would definitely be Will.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like I truly do think that, yeah.
Yeah, I love Will. Like he's the sweetest, nicest person.
He deserves the world.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
He's been through a lot. I've been through a lot.
And you also are part of another big show. Like, tell me what you liked about playing Isaiah on Blackish.
Oh, that was probably okay. So that project, working on Blackish as the role of Isaiah, I almost wasn't able to work it.
Oh, really?
Because I was not SAG at the moment, and my manager calls me, and at this time I was in like one of the biggest struggles of my whole entire life. I had one more big one after that. Up until this point, that was like bigger than that. But so that was like my second biggest struggle that I've ever gone through my whole entire life. I was driving for Uber at the time. I was struggling to get money. I hadn't paid my rent in like 2 months. Like it was just, I was going through hell. But still lived with my head up, and you know, shit will work out and everything happens for a reason. So I just don't stress and I just go with the flow. And I had gone into the audition, and in the audition, we're basically just like, because in the show, we're stealing a bunch of stuff in that episode. we go into the house and we ransack the whole entire house. And so in the audition, we're basically like replicating that. And where they said like grab some stuff and like toss it to each other and like throw it into a bag and whatever. And they had some items for us. And the kid who actually was who played the other kid in there. So it was Junior, me, and I want to say his name was Andre something. I don't know. He's like a dancer. But whoever he was also in my audition. And when he tossed me one of the items, he like overshot it and it hit me in the face. It was a hand sanitizer bottle full.
Oh my
And it like
God.
knocked me in the eye. But like we kept going and like I acted like nothing happened and we just did it. And I walk out of there and I'm like, they're going to give me this role because if they don't, they could be in trouble. Like I would never do anything, but like in their head, you know, some people are like that. So it's like, I have a feeling like I'm gonna book this. And we did. And then, so anyways, when I booked it, I got a call from my manager saying, hey, we just got a call from casting. You can't work Blackish until you join SAG. You're a must join. You've worked too many SAG projects now. And to join SAG, you have to pay like over $3,000. They do this like you have like a monthly payment thing that you can pay, or you can pay it all at once. And I'm over here like, bro, I can't even pay my car payment this month. And I still haven't paid my rent for the last 2 months. I don't know what I'm going to do. But like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
So I called up a buddy, borrowed money, paid my SAG dues, did Blackish. The check from Blackish was able to pay back what I borrowed and then also kind of get me caught up in everything. But on the first day of shooting, I was Ubering until like 4:00 in the morning. And then I had like 2 hours to like get ready and then be on set.
Oh my God.
I was telling that story to a lot of people while I was working, and so quickly people talk, just like in life. You tell one person something and the next thing you know, everybody knows everything. And I would like walk up and somebody would come up to me, oh dude, so-and-so just told me about your story. Like you were working till 4 a.m., like working for Uber just so you can like join SAG and be on the show and da-da-da and all this stuff. And it really meant so much about like how much people cared. That was a show that like I've never worked on a show where it's such a community and everybody cares and they make it seem like your family. Even for the one episode that I did, they really brought me in and made it feel like I was like part of the crew and the cast and the family for the whole entire duration of the thing. Like I left so sad after doing 3 days of like, man, like I don't get to see you guys again. This is but it was amazing. I think that kind of jump started a lot for me too.
Nice. Okay. And how did you wind up getting the role of Connor on as sad? I'm really sad that this is the final season. I love this show. Love Victor. So how'd you get to be part of this amazing show?
So I was actually in Philadelphia.
That's actually where I live at.
Way. Frick, I can't. What's the spot that I was at? It's very close to like this blue bridge. It takes you somewhere else. I think it's either New York or New Jersey.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ben Franklin Bridge. It's the
I think that's
the blue bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. So my buddy had just moved in there, and so I had done an interior design job for him before. I'm just like a very creative person, so like I just make everything as artsy as I can, and he just really fucks with like the stuff that I do for like my room and like some of the spots in my house. And he's like, hey dude, I just moved into this new spot, like can I pay you to come and do this job? And I was like, yeah dude, like absolutely, like last time like we loved it, send me out there, let's do it. And while I was out there, I had gotten a few auditions, lovevictor being one of them. And I had done the audition and I sent it off to my team. And my manager had called me and he goes, hey, you know, like this is it's a Disney company, like they own the rights to lovevictor. But like what you're wearing in this audition, like, you know, you should do something a little bit like more Disney style and, you know, maybe change up. And he gave me some notes, just a little bit of critique. And I lied to him for the first time and the only time ever. I was like, hey, you know, I'm out and about, you know, I'm out here for an interior design job. Like we left, like we're hours away, like getting a bunch of furniture and all this kind of stuff. I won't be home until like late. And the audition was due in like a couple hours. And he goes, okay, I'll just send it in, but like for next time, let's try and get it in a little bit earlier just in case, something happens like this. And I'm just there, I'm chilling. Like we've finished a bunch of stuff. I'm waiting for some paint to dry. And I'm just like responding to this on a bed. I'm just like, I can't. And because I felt so confident in it. Like I've never felt so confident about something
Hmm.
where somebody gave me like critique. Normally, when my manager gives me critique, I read it, I look at it, and I understand.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? This one, I just have to do my way. And then a couple weeks later, I found out that I booked it, or I got put on a veil, and then I booked it that same day that I found out that I was on a veil. Came back from Philadelphia, shot a short, and then right after the short, I started lovevictor. That
Oh my God.
that was one of the most memorable, emotional shows or projects that I've ever worked on. And I got to work with Michael Cimino. We've been friends for a few years now. So
Oh, get out. Really?
yeah, it was
So,
really cool
so
getting to
you,
work. And
you
he
were
had, oh, go ahead.
you were actually friends with him before you got the show.
Yeah. And he
Oh.
had no idea that I booked Connor. So he had nothing to do with it either. I called him up after I found out that I booked it and I got like the days that I was shooting and I was like, yo, Michael, guess what? I'll be working with you on Tuesday.
He
He's like,
was like,
what?
what?
I was like, yeah, dude, like I booked Connor. And he's like, no fucking way, you're Connor, dude, you're gonna be sick. It was kind of awkward at first though, because like it's so weird like working with a friend because like when you're at work, like you're just in this like completely different element.
That's true. That's true.
And like if you're working at a coffee shop and your friends come over and they're just like chilling, it's like, hey guys, like it's cool, but like it's also like awkward because like I'm running around doing whatever and acting it's different because like you're just not yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This
Exactly.
different character. But it was cool.
Oh wow, nice. I didn't know you were actually friends with Michael before you did the show.
Yeah.
So
Cool. He's
so
a
like
good buddy.
so like working with him on the show like that 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 must have been a blast too. Then.
Oh, absolutely. If being friends with him, like it almost made me feel more comfortable being somewhere. Like, um, I believe me or not, I have some of the worst social anxiety.
Oh really?
Like I hate meeting new people, and
Oh.
especially when I'm by myself. Like I will meet and I'll talk to somebody if like a friend of mine like introduces me
Hmm.
and stays there. But the second you
Oh.
like introduce me and then like walk away, I get like so shy and I just like turtle. Just
Oh
can't do it.
no.
So just had knowing him made it really easy for me to like talk to everybody and just like join in
Mhm.
conversations. Um, and that was another project where like I instantly felt part of the family and everybody was so passionate about the same exact thing. And there was so much love behind the show that
Yeah.
it was fantastic.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I a couple weeks back when the final season aired, and I actually interviewed the Anthony Turpel from the
Oh,
show.
we love
Yeah,
Anthony. When I met
he's the
Anthony,
nicest guy. Like, oh my god,
truly,
me and him
when I
talked for like a while.
when I met him, I I had gone up to Anthony and I'm like, "Hey, Tyler, nice to meet you. I just want to let you know you are my favorite character in any show. Like I am obsessed with you on the down low."
Nice.
And it just kind of like sparked something because like he thought it was cool and like I'm getting to work with somebody that like I looked up to and like we're the
Mhm.
same age and we kind of share
Mhm.
some of the same interests and it was really cool. But yeah, he's dope. We love
Yeah,
Anthony.
oh my god, he really is. Like, it was funny. Like when we first started talking, we we just start talking right off the bat about video games,
Yes.
and we talked for like a half hour about video games, and then I looked at the time. I went, "Oh shit, Anthony!" I said, "We're supposed to talk about Love Victor," and he
he
was
had
like, "Oh
he
yeah,
had
that
called
show."
me
He
one
went,
day. He had called me one day because like a lot of my friends they play video games, but I don't
"Mhm,
really play video games. And he
yeah,
called me and we were talking for just as long. And he was like telling me all these different recommendations of like different video games to like try. And we have like an Xbox at our house. And he was like, dude, like
nice."
you got to get like a PlayStation and try these games. And like there's also this. And if you can get a PC at some point, there's these ones. And like just this kid has so much passion about everything that he enjoys.
Oh
And
yeah,
every
definitely.
single person in this world needs to be just like Anthony, I swear.
Yes,
Like he is so
yes,
true to himself
he
and what he
is.
loves. And I admire that so much about him. I'm glad you got to talk about that stuff for a while.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. Like I said, like we were so caught up in talking about like video games and stuff that I forgot all about asking him questions about the show. And the interview went like an hour because like I had to actually ask the questions about the show, so that took
Yep.
a little time too.
Oh, good kid. That reminds me, I should probably hit him up. I miss him. I miss
Yeah,
hanging out with him, dude.
definitely. um, for anyone who hasn't seen the new season yet, can you tell? Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, it is a new season, but it's the final one too. Can
Mhm.
Can you tell us who Connor is in this season?
Yeah, so I feel like for the most part, if you're a fan of the show, you've probably already seen it. So there's really no spoilers that
Well, yeah.
I can give. But Connor becomes the love interest for Raheem, and it's kind of like I consider. I was talking in another interview a couple weeks ago, and I was telling them that Connor is almost like a period or a comma um, to the whole like overall story. So at the end of season 2, it kind of leaves you on like the best worst cliffhanger
Oh my God, I
of
know.
all time.
I know. I know.
Like
Who did Victor
so
choose?
I got so mad. Like my hands were clenched. I said, "You cannot end this season like this and make me wait. Like, you don't do that. You do not do that to a brother." I swear, I got so mad. Like I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to watch anything. I was just pissed. And in season 3, obviously, Victor ends up going back with Benji,
Hmm.
and because it's the final season, they needed to wrap it off perfect for every single person. So I got to be Raheem's end. It
Yeah.
kind of just like softened everything up. So now everybody has a somebody, and it was beautiful. And I got to play myself pretty much. Like
Oh,
I've
that's
never really
awesome.
got to like do that too well, or not too much, but they gave me a one sentence description of my character during the audition. And if they give you something so like basic, it's like a blessing and a curse because like you don't know what they want. That's the curse.
Yeah,
But the
that's.
blessing is you have full range to be whoever you want.
Mhm.
And I share a lot of similarity with Connor, with his like sexuality
Mhm.
and being like kind of like an outsider and like stumbling into people and kind of just being this like klutzy goofball, but cute and charming. It's like
Yeah,
when I read the description, I was like, you know what? That's kind of me.
there you
Let's just
go.
play me this
There
time.
you go.
And it worked. So I kind of got to like create his backstory as like telling my backstory a little bit. So it's all like that backstory, like you don't really get to see. Maybe there's a spinoff, who knows? Let's manifest it. We can explore that backstory. But yeah, it was pretty cool being able to kind of put myself into that character and round off the show pretty nicely. And yeah,
Sweet,
it was cute.
nice.
Cute character.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like I was a fan of Connor. Like
Thanks.
he
Connor was a
definitely
fan
was
of you
like
too.
he definitely was like very nice, and like you said, Connor was cute and nice, and he was like the perfect fit for oh my God, I'm blanking on his name.
Raheem?
Anthony's character. Yeah.
Yeah, Raheem. Yeah. Yeah. I
So
got a lot of I got a lot of like okay, so being in this show, my social media following isn't huge. And when the show came out, like I've worked on my IMDb has about like 20 credits now.
yeah, yeah.
And so on every single product that I've worked, whether it's seen the light of day or not seen many, um, I've never really gained any sort of like following from that.
Okay.
And so in my head, like I was like just expecting to like kind of just do this project and just it be like anything else. It never once did it occur to me that, oh my gosh, you might have fans now. And I woke up that next day and I had over 1,000 followers in just one night.
Mhm.
And my DMs were so beautiful. Like it almost made me tear up at a point because these people were telling me of like how cute I was and like how it made them so happy that Raheem had somebody. And I was like, that's the goal. The writers,
exactly.
that was their intention, and you guys got it. This is crazy.
Definitely did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, like your Connor was the perfect fit for him. Like it definitely was.
Thanks. We tried our best, and I'm glad it pulled itself together.
And how was it like having him as like sharing scenes with him, having him as your scene guy?
He is amazing. We love Anthony. Right before we shot the show, because I was friends with Michael, and I had called him. He had called me and said, "Hey, dude, actually, a quick little backstory. When I found out that I booked this role, I thought it was just a 1 day, 1 episode guest role. So I was like, cool, like, and I was excited for that because for most everything else that I've done has been just like quick little like 1 episodes, whatever. And Michael calls me and he says, "Hey, dude, we're having a little Friendsgiving, and the kid who plays your love interest by the end of the season wants to meet you. So do you want to come over to our Friendsgiving?"
Nice.
And like I was like, "Oh, dude, like I would love to." Wait, plays my love interest by the end of the season? He's like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, holy shit. It's like, well, I'm working on this short right now, so I can't, like, it's a night shoot, like I won't be done until whenever. And I immediately called my manager and I'm like, bro, I just got off the phone with Michael, and Michael said that by the end of the season, like we have this like love thing. What is this? He goes, "Oh, I didn't tell you, you're a recurring guest." I was like, what? Thank you for telling me. So it was like a cool surprise, and I actually am happy that I got that from Michael. But because I wasn't able to meet Raheem, because I wasn't able to meet Anthony prior, I think everything happens for a reason. It made that like first initial episode, I think it was episode 2, where you see me for like a quick minute where it was like a bump and a spill, and that's kind of it. Yeah. It made it a little bit more natural and a little bit more real because that was the first day that we ever met each other. So if we were to have been friends before, the chemistry would have been a little different. I might have known some stuff about him that just made me more comfortable, and it could have changed the whole chemistry of that scene. But because I did not meet him, it just worked so perfectly. And then after that, being able to work with him, it just because we shot everything basically chronologically for the most part. So it all flowed so perfectly together as like if we were getting to know each other in that whole entire little bit of time. Like you don't really, you don't see too much time elapse. Just as me knowing him, there wasn't too much time elapsed. So it was really perfect. But again, he's an amazing actor. He's got his head on his shoulders. He knows what he wants, and he's out there to get it. I'm excited to watch his journey. So let's go.
Nice. And is there a scene you like best? Like whether it's a scene that you're in or a scene you're not in? Like, is there a scene from this season you like best?
Ooh. I can tell you the scene that I like best that I'm in.
Okay.
I loved the restaurant scene. That whole like meet cute moment was so like, that is my favorite scene. That is like the beginning of my double reel right now. I'm like, yo, beginning. It was just so cute, and it just felt like watching it, like it felt so real, and it was just beautiful. So that was probably my favorite that I was in. My favorite that I wasn't in, oh man, I'd have to think about that one. I don't want to sound like weird or anything, but Michael has a sex scene with Nico, who plays Nick.
Oh yes.
And their chemistry was just
That-
A1.
It was
I was
off the
like,
hook,
okay,
wasn't it?
okay, I love it.
Like
Okay.
Michael and Nico were off the hook with that.
They were on screen and off screen. Not like a sexual thing off screen, but like their chemistry. Just like back in the trailer, just going at it. Their chemistry as friends and as two uniquely different human beings.
Mhm.
Their friendship is just so strong and so perfectly. The chemistry that they had just worked so great for the show. So I'm glad that they were able to do that. I also really loved the whole carnival scene.
Yeah, the Ferris wheel.
The whole Ferris wheel and
Yeah.
just that last 30 or the last like the episodes are 30 minutes, probably like the last like 10-15 minutes of the
Mhm.
thing where like you get the whole montage and all that stuff and everybody's kind of there. Shooting that was incredible. So that was probably one of my favorite things to shoot. Being
Nice.
able to watch it all put together was beautiful as well. There was just a lot of emotion that was like outside of um, what's like scripted that was
Mhm.
there because it was everybody's been on the show for 3 years and it's all
Exactly.
coming to an end. So just being there in that moment, I really, really loved every single scene that was shot in that last episode.
Nice. Well, I saw your friend Michael, like he posted that when he after they got done shooting the carnival scene, like
Mhm.
he's standing outside
With
reading,
the speech,
like the speech, like that speech was really touching. And
I teared up. He made a he made a grown
Anthony
man
was
cry.
when I was interviewing him, Anthony, he was telling me, I was like, when Michael did that speech, I said, were you sad? You cry? He's like, no. He said, dust just flew in my eyes. I was like, oh, okay.
It was not that dusty. That was beautiful. I wish I could relive that.
Yeah,
His
like,
mom was there. Michael's mom.
oh,
That
you mean his like
she
real mom?
Yeah, his real mom. She came to set that day, and that was her first time ever coming to set. And she was going around. It was so cute. Like she was going around. But
Aw.
I literally, I on my phone we took pictures together because she
Yeah.
was like taking pictures with everybody. And like when you're looking, like you have like the grid, so it's like 4 by like maybe like 10,
Okay.
like in your camera roll, right? And like
Yeah.
you have to scroll because of how many pictures that we took. His mom is the best person in the whole. I was like, I'm jealous of your mom. Like, she's definitely your biggest fan. Like, no matter who says differently,
Mhm.
Michael's mom is the biggest fan of Michael in the whole entire world, and it is
Aw.
so cute and so beautiful. And it just like added to like the emotion of the whole entire night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was cute. She was crying.
Well, I mean, his mother probably didn't watch his latest music video where he's like sexy and shirtless and
She probably watched it.
so he probably
My mom would watch mine. They're just curious. They just want to know.
yeah,
And then they
exactly.
regret it after, but
Yeah.
at least they found what they needed to find. I don't know.
So how was actually like being on set with everybody, like?
It was like I said on the first day of ever working there, I almost kind of was like drawn into the family instantaneously.
Mhm.
So being able to work there, like every single day got better and better. Like it started
Nice.
off great and I thought that it couldn't get better and it continuously got better.
Yeah.
Because like I was just recurring, so I wasn't shooting every single day.
Mhm.
And there's I think the longest time that I went from shooting was like almost a month.
Oh,
And
wow.
like just coming back and just like being able to catch up with people, it was also it was new for me because I've never had that experience before of like coming back over the
Yeah.
course of like a couple months and just like watching people and like hearing them about what they're doing and how they're growing and what they're working on and the different auditions that they're doing and all this different stuff. It was so beautiful to really feel like a family. And that also, that energy of like being part of a family just slipped itself into shooting and filming the whole project as well. So working with everybody was, it was honestly a dream come true. I've always wanted that experience and I got it for the first time.
Nice,
So,
nice.
yeah.
And like a show like this, I feel this show has opened the doors for newer shows like what's that, Heartstopper, right? What isn't
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
the new show? Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like it opened up doors for shows like Heartstopper, and even like certain scenes of
Well,
Euphoria, and
mhm. There's
like
another show too that kind of follows that vibe. So Love Victor is a spin-off of the movie Love Simon.
well, yeah,
And I think just that whole Love franchise,
yeah.
it really did. Like it was the perfect show at the right time for what we need right now.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
it inspired so many people. It's inspired a bunch of different shows and movies, like you're saying.
Yeah,
And it's really giving people a look into a world that for the longest time we thought was bad. We thought was, we can't even talk about it. It makes
exactly.
people uncomfortable. And left and right, we're seeing so many different people experiencing different sexualities, and or not experiencing different sexualities, but like they're coming into their different sexualities.
Yeah.
And that whole community just gets bigger and bigger. I think with all this, people are realizing that sexuality is a spectrum. And, as soon as one person says, something or comes out, then it can inspire somebody else to. Me just playing this character of Connor, I'd be getting DMs where like I'm almost tearing up in some of these DMs because people are, and to me, I think my character is so small in the grand scheme of the whole entire show. But people are DMing me saying, your character of Connor, like it brought me to be like who I really am. Like I was so scared of my sexuality and I was very confused and all this kind of stuff. But I came out to my parents and I told all my friends that I'm gay or I'm bi or whatever. And that's what we do. That is who we are. What we're doing, making movies and shows like this, is to inspire other people to just be themselves, be you, and embrace the beauty that is you. And it's incredible. I kind of want to tear up right now. Anyway, I'm kind of going off on that,
No,
but
no,
yeah.
no, it's great because I mean it's really nice hearing that, like how you play a very powerful character, and you when you're shooting it you don't realize like the effect that character is going to have on the fans that are watching the show. And like you said, you wake up one morning and you have all these messages and all these different fans telling you
Yeah.
how much they love Connor, and love you, and how it helped them come out to their friends or to their families. And that's what I seen with this show. It does that a lot, like the actors the actors on the show that 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 play
Hmm.
people in a gay relationship on the show, and they're getting all kinds of messages on helping like these like young people feel comfortable,
Yeah.
and be comfortable in their own skin and be happy who they are. And you're one of the ones that are are helping these like young teenagers in school and stuff. And even if you're not a teenager, even if you're older and you're
Even
coming
some
out, like,
adults, which was like
well, yeah,
shocking to me. Like
yeah,
when I
exactly.
think of the show Love Victor and I just think of like the demographic of it, I think that it is more, it's a young adult type of show. It's
Hmm.
very like high school vibes. I mean, the whole show is around high school.
Yeah.
So in my head, like adults probably don't watch this. This is probably just a bunch of kids. And half of them are adults.
Yeah, right.
And they're talking about having like just reliving a different experience in high school through watching this show. And like I said, like that's the reason why we do what we do, is to inspire people to take a different look on life and themselves. And I'm glad we were able to do that. and I'm glad we're able to inspire other shows to start that. And I'm as sad as I am that Love Victor ended. I'm also very glad that it ended the way that it did,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it almost puts out a message that, like, at the end of all this, it's happy.
Well, yeah,
Some
exactly.
some shows end and, like, there's just like some loose ends, but I feel like this show specifically tied up every single end. Like, the writers did an amazing job. They
Yeah,
really tied it all together to make it just like a, and we're done, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. And you're right, it did end really really well, and I'm happy to see that. Even though I would like to see another season where they're in college or something, or or
Right.
are in the real world now, getting jobs, and
Let's let's
something like that. Just
let's get
one
the
just one
people
more
let's get the
season.
people talking about that, because if enough people talk about it, they'll do it. They'll do it.
I mean, you never know. You could even have Victor and Benji get married, and follow them in married life, and
See, that would honestly, that would be cool. I would love to see an adult version of the show in the
right,
same like
exactly,
Love franchise. If
exactly,
we're
exactly.
already inspiring and getting audience views from an older generation, then come on, let's do some Love whoever in that.
Yes,
I
yes,
love it.
and then you would be back too, because you're a big part of it now. So if
Yeah.
they do something like that, your character would be back.
I was talking in another interview. They had asked me a question about like, what do I, if there were to be a continuation of this,
Mhm.
what would I like to see? And I would kind of like, kind of just what we're talking about now.
Yeah,
I would love to see like that college vibes.
yeah, exactly.
I would love,
Exactly.
like, that's something totally. I feel like for the generation like right now, um, the people who are around my age,
Hmm.
um, like when I was in school, like when I was in high school, like there was a point in time in high school where it was finally legal to marry the same sex. So
Oh
for a
wow.
majority of my life, it was illegal to do that.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
know.
and it was just so frowned upon, especially in like these different conservative cities and states, and it's it's kind of like looked down on. So for that generation, that's me. There's a lot of people that I know, even friends that I have, who they are still in the closet, and I hope that they won't be forever, but
Yeah.
there is that fear that they will be, just because of how they grew up, and then how their parents grew up is even worse. So they're this adult already, thinking, oh, I'm an adult, and if my parents now find out, like, what's that going to do? and
You're
it
right. You're
and a
right.
show like that would kind of like change it, because it's nowadays, it's not the high school, yeah, we lived high school, yeah, this is what kids in high school do now, sure, but okay, what if we start something where it's like right after college, going into adult life, and we're all like 25, 26, in that generation of people,
Yeah.
the end of the millennials, the beginning of the Gen Z's.
Yeah.
What's that life like? I haven't seen a show or movie that kind of explores that,
You're
but
right.
that's what my generation needs right now, because we're in that middle, we're in that limbo. Half of us are who we are supposed to be, the other half are not. And then you have all the Gen Z's who are below me, who
Yeah.
are they're basically like 90% all them and doing whatever. And then now everybody being born, there's some parents that aren't even giving their kids a gender, and they're gonna let them
Oh, I
decide.
know.
And I'm
I
like,
know.
that's
You're right.
beautiful, like as it should be. Like, let's get rid of the labels and just be who we
Right.
are. Let's do our
Exactly.
thing. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Like that was something like I never really like cared for that. Like a label when someone asks you that question, are you gay?
Mhm.
Are you bi? Are you straight? And I'm like, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I'm I'm
Like,
I'm I'm like if I want to date a guy, I'll date a guy. If I want to date a girl, I'll date a girl. It should be my choice.
absolutely. I've talked to so many different people, like, where, yeah, you can ask even like the simplest of questions to somebody, and like, who's like your celebrity crush? And
Hmm.
I have guys who would say a guy, because they
Well,
just
yeah,
are inspired and love. I'm like, that's exactly the same. That's the kind of energy that we need. Is like, you shouldn't love somebody for who they identify as, but much more love that person for their energy. That's how I look at it. So I feel like it's a biased thing, but like that's how I feel like it should be. But there's gay people that I know who are very, very, very gay, who they would cheat on their gayness for a specific girl, and then vice versa. It's like all these straight people will be like, yo, but like honestly, so and so. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
okay, so it's an energy thing at the end of the day. You like
Exactly.
them because of their energy and you would experiment with that person, then you're not 100% straight or you're not 100% gay. It's a
You're
spectrum
right.
and everybody's on
Right.
it, whether you want to believe it or not.
You're right. You're absolutely
You
right.
know? You
And
can't tell me you've never ever once had a thought
exactly.
about something. If
Exactly.
you do, there's a 0.001 at least.
Exactly. Exactly. And like that's cool you're saying that, because like there's a lot of people that grow up like 100% straight because it's poison into their mind,
Truly, truly.
and that if they have any kind of feeling towards like another guy, whatever it is, like they push it like deep down inside, and like those are the people that bully like the people
Oh
that are
yeah.
gay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was actually talking about this with somebody the other day.
Hmm.
In my high school, I went to an all-guy Catholic high school,
So
and
did I.
there was this. I'm sorry, because I'm sorry for myself. My God. But there was this one kid. I don't want to say his name just in case he's watching this, because he does follow me on Instagram. But in my grade, like there is and it's in every grade at every school. Like there's a select few that are like the really really cool kids, right? Like you play some sports, you're at every single party, like everybody wants to hang out with you. You're just there at the top. This particular kid was so mean to me for most of my life in high school.
Wow.
And just a couple years ago, I found this kid on Instagram, and he is one of like, and I hate to say it, like, especially like to the whole community, like labeling something as like the gayest or whatever, but like he went from being super straight
Yeah.
to he has just completely changed himself into
Yeah.
who he truly is. And I love that. But it made me like so angry
Oh yeah,
of
of course.
you would bully me. And before people even knew what my sexuality was,
Yeah.
you would bully me just assuming that I'm a certain sexuality.
Yeah.
And then you are more so that sexuality than I am. Like it
Exactly.
just made me so mad because everybody thought that was cool. And oh, if you're bullying somebody for that, oh, I can bully somebody for that too. And then it's a complete 360. Like it's kind of fucked.
It
But for
is.
that
It is.
person,
I know.
congratulations for being you. We love that. Let's get coffee sometime.
There you go.
We'll talk about this face to face. I would like an apology. Thanks.
Right? That that's what you should say before we even go out for coffee. You need to
Yeah.
apologize.
And then we'll talk about how
And
great we
then,
are and how much we love our life and our community.
right? Exactly.
Oh man.
What do you like doing during your free time when you're not auditioning?
Oh my gosh, so much. So much, but not enough. I feel like there's always more I could do.
Okay.
I'm one of I'm one of those guys who like I feel like I'm a jack of all trades, but like I'm definitely not a master of any of them. I just my my friends and like my family will like they will like be very concerned of like how much like I just like either like spend money or time on like certain things. And this has been like my whole entire life. Like I would
Okay.
always be like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Like I want to take tap dance. And like I would do it like for like a couple weeks. I'm over it. Let's do something else. Ooh, I want to play basketball. Ooh, I want to play the piano. So like it's always something. Like very recently, I just bought a piano, and like I didn't need to go and buy the best one that they had at the store, but I was like, if I'm gonna buy a piano, like why not buy the best one? I
Right?
haven't played the piano in like 2 months. So it's like you know you played for a little bit and then you're moving on. Then I was playing guitar for a little bit, then I was doing art for a little bit, and then I stopped doing art, and then I moved on to, I want to do like join like this whole fitness community, and like I started going to the gym all the time, and then like I got sick of the gym, so like I haven't gone to the gym in a month, and like then I was like painting shoes, and like it just I do everything because why not? Right? So, and
It's
then
always cool to
last
try
week,
something.
last week I started learning how to bartend because I thought, what a
Oh,
great party trick to like make fancy drinks. So like,
oh,
let's
sweet.
learn how to make drinks and stuff. Me and my roommate, we bought like a bunch of the like the shakers and mixers and
Yeah,
strainers
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. And we bought it, haven't really used it, but it's like there, it's, in case you want to. Oh, and then I was like into cars and like, I'm like, ooh, what kind of car do I want? And then I wanted to ride a motorcycle. It's everything. It's everything. But I love that for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it because you're you're always trying something new.
Absolutely.
You're not focused on one thing. You're focused on a whole world of things.
Exactly. Like
That's
I
awesome. I
feel like
love it.
I feel like people are stupid if they stick. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I think people are stupid if you pick one thing and you stick with it forever.
Yeah.
Like go out, explore the world, try every single thing that you can, because who knows what you're looking for may be under a rock.
You never know. You
You
never
never know.
know. I
That's
I I 100% agree with you. Like I've done like a lot of things. Like when I first started out, I thought I was going to be a pro wrestler, and I went out for wrestling. I went to wrestling school, and I did my thing. I was a, a in independent pro wrestler. I did it for 15 years. I wrestled
I
like,
love that.
and
Good shit.
even got injured, got concussions, but I still did it. And then I saw I wasn't going nowhere with it, and then I tried acting, and I didn't go anywhere in that. And now I'm doing like podcasting. So
Well, you gotta try it all, you know?
right, exactly.
Why would you live your life only focused on one thing? Like I always tell people too, because when I first came out here, I had a roommate. His name was Josh McNinney, and he was a couple years younger than I was. But we moved out here to act. Like he was actually from Ohio,
Mhm.
a different part of Ohio, but like he was also
Nice.
there. The local agency that I had in Ohio, that's where we had met. But we got a place out here in LA together when I first moved here, and he was out here for like less than a year. Started booking stuff like crazy. Did like a guest role on Superstore. He booked like this huge national Three Musketeers commercial, and
Nice.
he was making bank really quick, and it was super easy for him. He was Asian American, and that's like in, and that's still in.
Hmm.
And he comes up to me one day, and he's like, "Dude, like, like I don't really know how I feel, and I really hope that I'm not like crushing your dreams at all, but like I think I have to move back home. Like I want to stop acting. It's nothing that I thought, and I think I want to go to school to be a lawyer." And I'm like,
Oh
"Great,
wow.
do your thing. I'll be fine out here. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. The
Yeah, yeah.
universe and God will never work against you. Like I am chilling." And that's kind of when I realized I was like, at least he's not going to die and be laying on his deathbed wishing, I wonder what my life was like if I, tried acting. Like
Yeah.
he did it. He tried it. It wasn't for him, but now he can live knowing, hey, at least I tried it. And that's what I do. I'm not going to be laying on my deathbed wishing I had done something because I've done it all already. I'm going to continue to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to just do. Don't
I
think,
know
just do.
exactly.
In the words of
Exactly.
in the words of Top Gun, don't think, just do.
Right. Right.
Have you seen
Yes.
that movie, by the way?
Yes.
I've seen
Yes.
it twice already in theaters. It's amazing.
Nice. 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 I saw that in the black phone because
Oh my God, that's next on my list. I'm gonna go see that
it's
tomorrow.
really good. Like I literally had to see the black phone because I interviewed 4 of the kids from the show.
Amazing.
So,
Oh, I'm
so
gonna have to watch those.
I had to go see it.
Good stuff. Oh my God. I would watch. So, have you heard of like the AMC A-list pass?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's like 25 bucks. I'm giving a free ad for AMC right now. It's $25 a month, and you get to see 3 free movies a week. That's 12 movies,
I
people.
know. I know.
12 movies for $25. You go see
That's
one movie, and it's
and it's
$25.
Exactly.
As long as you see 12
Exactly.
in a year, you've already made your money back. And you can do that all in 1 month and
I
then never
know.
move again. So and I go and I'm one of those like annoying friends where it's like, come on guys, we have to go. There's trailers because I need to know what's coming up. You know, you don't see them all the time. Like I need to know what the good movies are. And I keep seeing the trailer for Black Phone,
Hmm.
and I'm glad that it's out now because I'm gonna go see it.
It's really good. It's creepy.
Good, we like creepy.
Yes, yes. I mean,
Oh,
Ethan Hawke was amazing in that. Like oh
beautiful.
my god, like he's 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 definitely out there in the movie.
Good, good, good. Oh, I'm excited.
See me, I love going and seeing films in theater, like the air
Ooh.
condition, the big screen.
Oh,
Oh my,
and
there's
you
nothing like it.
when you go see a theater, do you the theaters that you go to, do you have like the nice little like recliners and they're comfy?
Yes, yes.
I remember like growing up as like a kid and like we didn't have those. I
No.
remember when that was like a new thing. And like kids nowadays, like that's what they grow up on. Like I wish. Like I don't know why people don't see movies more. I'm like,
I
that
know,
shit
right?
is comfier than my couch. My couch is really
Yes,
comfy, but still, it's like, yo, why not? The
I
only
know
thing,
exactly.
because I have the AMC pass, I only go to AMC. But
Yeah.
the one thing that like if I could change about AMC is like their popcorn. It's good, but like I stopped buying popcorn. Like I will sneak in my own snacks. Like I'll bring in like those like like the Chester's hot
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
That's my favorite
definitely.
snack of all time. And I
Oh my God,
will
I love
sneak them in
those.
as I watch a movie.
Yes.
But
Yes.
like I can't eat their popcorn because it's flavorless. Regal and Cinemark, best popcorn on the block, I swear.
I definitely agree with you there. Like that, yeah, that's why I usually get like the pretzel bites or nachos or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
could do
then
like,
I
oh,
have
you
to
know
eat
what?
the chips before the movie starts because I get mad when I'm crunching and I can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah, that's true. That's well, that happens with me with like the Chester fries, but because they're like so like airy, if you like put it in your mouth and just like let it sit there for like 10 seconds, it
Okay.
like melts a little bit. Not like,
Ah,
but you know, and it just like it's still good, and you got like that little bit of a crunch, but it's quiet. It's a
ah.
quiet crunch. That's a secret.
Oh,
But
okay. I definitely have to try that.
the one thing that I do like getting at AMC though is they have like a caramel popcorn, which again
Oh yeah, yeah,
I never
yeah.
grew up with that as a kid either. Like at a movie theater having like candy coated popcorn, my guy, geez, I'd be fat right now. But yeah, that's delicious. Expensive, a little too expensive, but it's good.
Yeah, no,
It's worth it.
the food there and it's pricey. The water's like $7, and
Granted, they do have to do that because of all these like subscription things now. Like I
that's
don't
true.
pay for a movie. You get 25. I can't do math. What's 25 times 10? That's how much money they're making for me in a year. I go to a movie and I'm basically paying the price of a ticket on a large popcorn.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my god. And something I always wanted to go to. I saw you went to it, so I have to ask if it was fun. Coachella. So
Coachella
how
was
was that experience? Like
sick.
that's something I have to go to that. I do.
Oh my God, you do. That was so this I went like this past one and it was my first time ever going. I've always wanted to go, but I've always been like so broke. And you know, I got really lucky. Like this year was like a year where I'm like actually like financially stable and in like a comfortable enough spot to
Mhm.
kind of enjoy myself a little bit more and do some of the things that I wanted to do, which I'm also at like a right mental state to do that kind of stuff. And I'm just at like a good place in my life for all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
And
nice.
so I took a bunch of friends with me. I got a group together. I'm a little bougie when it comes to like camping and stuff, especially if it's like
Yeah.
really hot.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
exactly.
let's not camp. Let's find an Airbnb, maybe with like a pool. So we all kind of pitched in and we dropped 10 grand on a house in walking distance to Coachella. It had a pool
Wow.
and everything. So like that was an experience in and of itself.
Oh, I'm sure it
And
was.
and then I had like all of my like closest friends with me who were going to Coachella. Some of them didn't go, but like I had a great group of people. and we went into Coachella and we experienced it and we saw a little bit of everybody, and I can't not go again. Like I have to go every single year.
Oh, really? Yeah,
And
you're gonna go every year.
it was so magical.
Oh, okay.
There's one
Okay.
thing that was a little bit more magical than Coachella though, which I kind of found out. I'm a huge fan of like EDM music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I like over the past few years, like I've went to a bunch of different like festivals and raves,
Mm-hmm.
and I go
Mm-hmm.
see some of my artists around. And there's a festival that happens in Bakersfield in California called Lightning in a Bottle, and it's like an EDM festival, but it's more so like a hippy dippy festival, and which is dope. Like we love that, and like there's so much magic there, and the people that go to that festival, and it's like
Yeah.
5 days long. It's
Really?
so pure, and in the moments of being there, I realized I was like, Coachella, as great as it is almost like I'm going to Coachella for the clout. Like there's too many people that
Well,
are
yeah,
going there because like everybody around the world knows what Coachella is, and like
exactly.
I'm here for the pictures and the photo ops and all this kind of stuff, and they
Yeah,
forget about the whole music thing.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Lightning in a
yeah.
Bottle was completely different. Everybody's there for the music, and you find family, and you just build this community and relationship with all
Oh,
these random different people. And my God, it just warms my heart. I wish Coachella was like that, especially with like
oh,
how they
wow.
like do their stages. Like at Lighting in a Bottle, it was every single stage was like designed differently, and it was like
Mhm.
art rather than just like a typical like stage with like a dome and like whatever. It
Yeah.
was like beautiful to look at, like you wanted to be there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can can I interrupt for 2 seconds and just run to the
Yeah.
bathroom real quick?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
pause.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, I definitely would love to go to something like that. Like, oh my god, that sounds like
It's
so
an
so
experience
much
of a
fun.
lifetime.
Nice.
Truly, 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 truly. So beautiful. And
Nice.
they do like a bunch of different festivals like that too. Like um even like so I kind of found out about Lighting in a Bottle from Coachella,
Mhm.
because they
Oh,
have a
really?
yeah, they have a stage at Coachella called the Do Lab, which is like
Oh,
all like this like fun like housey music and stuff. And the Do Lab is like from the same people that do Lighting in a Bottle. And they started passing out flyers and stuff. And there's a bunch of people that I like artists and DJs that I like that were
yeah.
gonna be there. So I was like, okay, guys, like let's go. And my family, basically like my LA family, they were all going. And that Friday was also my birthday, like the Friday of that festival. So I was like,
Nice.
I also don't want to like celebrate my birthday alone. So if you guys are all gonna go, then we might as well go together. So yeah, you should definitely check out a festival like that at some point.
Oh
It's
my
definitely
god.
worth it. You
Yes.
won't regret it.
Definitely. Definitely. And I see you stay in amazing shape. Like I saw some of your photos, and you
My
definitely have.
Coachella fit with
Yeah,
yep.
I saw your Coachella photos, yes, and you definitely are in amazing shape. You got a great body.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
do you follow like any diet or workout routine to maintain
Oh,
your body that well?
people who devote their life to fitness and health are gonna hate me for saying this. Remember right before we started, how your thing, like
Yeah.
your phone said,
Yeah.
my Apple Watch just did the same exact thing. I'm telling you, technology, stop listening to me. I swear. Anyways, so I don't. I eat absolute shit. I eat
Okay.
In-N-Out Burger about 3 times a week. I eat nothing but junk food. I snack on the worst snacks ever, and I'm just blessed to have a very high metabolism. And like I'll work out, like I still work out, but
Yeah.
not nearly as much as I do. Like it's almost like I have to have some. Like for Coachella,
Yeah.
I was working out for like every single day for like a month right up before Coachella, because I'm like, if I'm gonna be shirtless, like I at least I need to look sexy, right? And then same thing for Lightning in a Bottle. I was like, oh, if I'm going to Lightning in a Bottle, like let's get back to the gym.
Right.
And then
Right.
it's like even for certain projects, like there was a project where I had to do where we ended up having like a sex scene, and like my
Mhm.
character had I get like eaten by a cannibal, and this is like all like a true story. We'll see that very shortly soon. I can't give too much away.
Oh, damn.
Um,
Okay.
but my character is liked for like my muscle build. So like I had a goal, and I would work out every single day to get to that goal,
Yeah.
so that I could play that character how that character should be played. So if I don't have anything, I kind of just like sit at home and junk food the hell out. But like I still look good. I feel like I work out, and then when I don't work out, it doesn't disappear. It just like
Well,
stays. It's
yeah.
basically like just on pause. And it's like, okay, we're getting bigger, and junk food just doesn't do anything. I've been 135 pounds for the last 7 years. Ever since I moved out to LA,
Oh, wow.
I gained a little bit of weight, just like a few pounds, like when I got to LA. And then ever since I've been here has been the same. And I don't understand, but I'm not mad about it. I am not mad about it, because the second my metabolism slows down, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared. Not ready for that moment.
I don't think you have to worry about that for a while.
We're manifesting that. Hopefully ever.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
What are some horror films you like to watch?
Oh my God. I actually just did a horror film. Horror films I like to watch. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't really watch a lot of horror films.
Okay.
I don't know why. I feel like when I do see them, I just feel like they're all so similar. Like people don't really get to like go out of the box with like horror. I'm more of like a psychological thriller fan than like typical horror movies, because it's literally every single movie, at least to me, it seems like every single movie is like move into a new house.
Yeah.
Ghosts and demons.
Yes.
Baby cries. Dogs go crazy. Death, death, death. Oh my God, let's move. Oh, and priests. We bring in priests and some holy water all over the place. Like it's all the same. There's different character names, different locations.
That's true. You're right.
Seen enough of them. I like the psychological thrillers. There's what's that one movie that I love so much, but not enough to remember the name. It's called. That's not the one, but there is this one called A Truth or Dare.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
I think Reese Witherspoon's in there. That one I haven't seen in a while, so I don't know if I love it the same. But I think that's really cool, because it's like I like the real life stuff. Like, oh my God, this could actually happen. Because like that's scary to me. I don't really believe in like ghosts and stuff. Like, sure, like they exist. Like, not that I don't believe in them. Like, by all means, they're real and they're there. But like, my energy just like pushes them away. So I've never had like that experience.
Okay.
But like I kind of want like a horror experience. So like, spirits, if you're in my house. So yeah, that movie was great. I'm a huge fan of like Final Destination.
Yes. Yes.
If they ever make a new one, people of Final Destination, call me up. Let's get this bread.
Of course.
I love those movies. What other like horror? There's one called The Boy.
Oh, that was a little creepy.
That was a little creepy. I mean, it was still kind of like the same, like new house, whatever, but like it hit a little different. Like they did it well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you like any?
Oh my God, like I love so much horror, but you're right though. Like I'm like, damn, I said he's really right. Like all the movies I like are the same.
But I mean, like if you like it, like there's a reason why you like it.
Yeah.
Like so like we like everything that we like. I just did have you seen or heard of it? Like, are you a huge like horror fan? Have you seen like the VHS movies?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they're making a new one.
And I heard about that,
Yeah, so I got the honor of playing it. I felt bad because like I've never heard of VHS. But like I told one of my friends about it, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm doing this like VHS movie. And they're like, what? You're doing VHS? Like I love, that's my favorite horror movie franchise. I was like, it's a franchise? What? They're like, yeah, dude, have you not seen him? Like you have to, like it's so sick. Like it's all like VHS and it's like all these different things. Which actually almost it kind of reminds me, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
I love that shit too.
Oh my
That
God.
shit
Yeah.
scares me.
Yeah.
But yes, I got to do a VHS movie. We just finished that.
Nice.
So that's gonna come out
so
like later this year,
awesome.
towards like October. But yeah, horror.
Oh my God, nice. That is so awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's fun. I would love to shoot like a real, like a more horror-y, like this one's cool, like VHS is cool, but like I would love to do like a real like horror movie kind of vibes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I want to be like possessed. Like, I think that'd be sick. I don't know why. I feel like I could act that really well.
Okay. Nice. Well, the powers that be are listening, then definitely cast you to be possessed.
Come on, guys, let's go. Blumhouse, where you at?
Right.
I was close to one. You guys let me down. It's okay. Just plenty more to come.
Right, exactly.
I have my whole entire life. There ain't no rushing anything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And okay, so if you were doing karaoke, what would be your karaoke song?
Man.
He's like, man, you had to go there.
So you know Stevie Wonder? I love Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah.
I sing it around the house all the time. Like I feel like that would be like my go-to karaoke song. But there's also this other one. I was actually singing it right before this interview. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you the name of the song right now.
Okay.
It's oh, Lighters by Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Would be like my second. Like when people are like cheering for like an encore, I'd probably go with that one.
Okay, right. Okay, I like it. And,
do you have any? Do you karaoke?
I have to be very drunk in order to karaoke.
Yes, me too. You will never catch me sober. No, will not do that. You know, but, I strive to get there eventually, but until then, absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Like once I'm drunk, they could get me up here, and a song that I scream and kind of scare the people in the bar every time I do it is Metallica, Enter Sandman. Secret one, and then I'm screaming on the microphone, and everyone's like,
it's giving them an experience. They have a story to tell. Yeah. You're doing them a favor.
And I don't know if you know the wrestler Chris Jericho.
I don't really follow wrestling too much.
Okay,
maybe that's my next thing.
He's like one of the like famous ones, the famous guys in wrestling, and he has not only is he a wrestler, but he also has a rock band that he travels with. And I that's another karaoke song I always sing is his band song, Judas. It's called
Judas.
Yeah,
I'll have to take a listen. I'll practice, and then I'll come next time I'm in Philadelphia. We'll do it.
Oh my God, yes, definitely. We'll do Enter Sandman and Judas.
Yeah, or next podcast. It's like Zoom karaoke.
Yeah,
like carpool karaoke, but we're doing it over Zoom, you know.
I see I had you on here for a while. I apologize for the length.
Where are we? What time?
It's going on an hour and a half.
Wow. Good stuff. Look at us. I love it. I mean, I ain't doing anything.
So
this is fun for me.
It is.
I wish I could do this like once.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you like one final question because I don't want to hold you up long because then you'll be like, oh, this guy he talked to me for an hour and a half. I couldn't get him off the.
Would never. I'm having a blast. We can Zoom anytime.
Sweet.
Every project.
Sweet.
We could talk about every project. Just give me a call.
Okay, definitely. Where can fans find you at, like with your social pages and all that stuff?
Where can fans find me? In my home, mostly. But not actually. Please don't come.
Yeah, don't go to his house.
Social media. I don't really use like Twitter or anything. But Instagram mostly. I'm always on there. Me being like post being like pre being an actor. I would like follow people that I inspire, and sometimes I would comment, and in the early days I would like send a message, and then I stopped. I was like, people are never gonna see these messages.
Yeah.
Why am I even following these people? Like they're never gonna notice me, whatever. But now that I actually have like fans, and it honestly, like I feel so bad saying that. I almost feel like conceited and cocky. Like I just hate that idea. Like they're friends. I love everybody. And it's like, I don't want that to be like a thing. Like we're all the same people. We all shit on the same toilets. We all sleep. Half of us snore, and we burp and throw up sometimes. But on my Instagram, you can find me there. Give me a follow. Send me a message. Sometimes I don't reply just because, it's not worth replying because you guys get weird.
Yeah.
I've gotten some like weird messages, like stuff with like feet. People have like a weird.
There's a big fetish for feet,
which like I support. Like I support your fetish. I love that for you. I don't love that for me. But you can find me there. If you want to talk, let's talk. It might take me a while to get to you at some points. I'm a busy guy, but yeah, I think I think we need to normalize being willing to talk to people that inspire us, because just as much as you guys inspire me, or just as much as I could inspire you, you guys also inspire me. Like you're half the reason why I do what I do. So hit me up.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't send him feet pics or other body part pics.
Thanks. Unless you're Tom Holland or Emma Stone.
Okay. Oh, Tom Holland. Yeah, like definitely Tom Holland.
Hey, I'm gonna be working with Tom Holland one day. I feel like my dream role is Miles Morales from Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
Oh, nice.
So we'll get there.
Okay.
Emma Stone, she might play Spidey. We'll all be in the same Spidey universe.
Right, exactly.
Yes, come on now. Those feet I can look at all day. Oh man! And on that note, we should stop before I get myself in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna go viral somewhere at some point in my life. Tyler wants to see Tom Holland and Emma Stone's feet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one, guys. Rocco, can you delete that video, please? Thanks.
Yeah.
We'll just cut that part out, right?
Well, okay. Thank you so much for doing this. I had so much fun talking to you, and that's why I kept you on here as long as I did. Like
it's been a blast.
I really did have a lot of fun talking to you, and if you're ever in Philly, we definitely have to hang out.
Bro, I will hit you up. You got to take me to some of the best cheesesteaks.
Oh, I know. Trust me, Pat's and Geno's aren't the. There's ones that are better than them.
Easy money. Thank you for hitting me up. This has been a blast. I love this. Man. Again, next time I have a project come out, we'll talk about it. You have my word.
Okay, sweet.
It's fun. We love it.
All right, buddy. Thanks, and have a great night and great weekend.
Thanks, man. You too.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.